Hello everyone! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, pag-uusapan po natin ngayon ay yung pagkakaiba ng baking powder at ng baking soda. This baking powder and baking soda, they look almost identical. So it's so important to understand how these two works in our cakes, cupcakes, cookies, and baked goodies. So yes, baking soda and baking powder are both considered to be chemical leaveners. Yes po. That means they react when they added to a batter or dough to create a chemical reaction that leavened your based goods, adding light and floppy and airy texture and allow them to rise and lift, so you can get a very nice texture of your cakes or cupcakes, and you won't end up to have a flat, dense, and crumbly cake. Guys, marami sa atin nang naka-experience ng ganitong result na yung kanilang cakes and cupcakes hindi umalsa, hindi malambot, patigas, parang pudding. So, that's one of the reason kasi hindi fresh at hindi accurate yung paggamit ng baking powder or baking soda. Chemical leaveners like this only works when they are fresh and accurately measured. Baking powder and baking soda, they look very similar. Baking soda is a natural alkaline ingredient that is activated by the presence of some acid. Yes, kailangan po ng acid para mag-activate yung baking soda. In a dough or batter recipe, and it can be like buttermilk, sour cream, yogurt, lemon juice, even cocoa powder or brown sugar. If there's no acid, baking soda basically cannot do anything to leaven your recipe. Baking soda actually begins to leaven the moment it hits the liquid and the acid in your recipe. If you wait too long, it may decrease the leavening effect. If you used too much baking soda, also may actually taste an unpleasant metallic flavor in your food. Baking soda also gives a nice brown color by elevating the pH level of your baked goodies. Since baking soda must be fresh to actually works, it's really important to not only use baking soda before the expiration date, but to check the freshness frequently because baking soda often lose its potency before the expiration date. For you to check if fresh po yung inyong baking soda, just combine a vinegar and baking soda, and the result kailangan magkakaroon ng bubble effect. So, magbabubbles po talaga yan. So, it means fresh pa yung baking soda nyo. If konti lang or less lang yung bubbles na effect pag nag-combine silang dalawa, it means kailangan nyo ng palitan o bumili kayo ng bago kasi hindi na siya ganun ka-effective or hindi na ganun ka-fresh yung inyong baking soda. So, let's move on to baking powder. Baking powder is a combination of baking soda, a starch, and an acid. Some baking powder is actually double acting. It means it begins to leavening effect when it hits the moisture of the recipe. It begins when it hits the heat of the oven. Unlike baking soda, baking powder doesn't need or doesn't require an acid to activate because it's already in powder itself. Baking powder only needs a moisture to activate and heat from the oven. Again, it's very important also for baking powder to be fresh to work in your recipe. So for you to test the freshness of your baking powder, all you have to do is combine baking powder and hot water. So kailangan din po na mag-bubble up ito. It means fresh at effective pa siyang gamitin. It's important to know that baking soda also is 4 times stronger than baking powder, meaning that 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda will do the leavening effect in your entire 1 cup of flour, whereas you need an entire 1 teaspoon of baking powder to do the leavening effect in an entire cup of your flour. Those are the basics of baking soda and baking powder. I hope you learned something in this video and found it helpful, and I hope it to make you understand the difference between baking soda and baking powder in the future when you do the baking. So if you do like this video, please thumbs up or share it with your baking friends. And don't forget to like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. And I hope to see you on my next video. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!